Chapter 2. The Human Fall. All people have an original mind which inclines them to pursue goodness. Yet, even without our being aware of it, we are driven by evil forces to perform evil deeds which we do not want to do. In Christianity, the master of these evil forces is known as Satan. To extirpate evil by its root, and thereby end sinful history and usher in an era of goodness, we must first expose the motivation and origin of Satan and recognize the destruction he has wrought in human life. This explanation of the human fall will clarify these issues. Section 1. The root of sin. No one has known the root of sin. Christians, on the basis of the Bible, have held to a vague belief that Adam and Eve's eating the fruit of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil was the root of sin. They have thought that the fruit was that of an actual tree. But would God, the loving parent of humanity, make a fruit which could cause the fall to look so attractive? Would he place it where his children could reach it so easily? How can something one eats cause the original sin, which can be transmitted to one's descendants? Would the God of love test humans so mercilessly by a means that could cause their death? Adam and Eve would not have risked their lives and disobeyed God only to obtain some delicacy. Therefore, we can surmise that the fruit of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil could not have been an ordinary fruit. Rather, it must have been something so extraordinarily stimulating that even the fear of death did not deter them from grasping it. Many important parts of the Bible are in symbolism and metaphors. To learn what the fruit of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil represents, let us first investigate the tree of life, which stood next to the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, Genesis 2:9. The tree of life and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. The tree of life symbolizes an ideal man who has fully realized the ideal of creation. It thus symbolizes perfected Adam. The tree of the knowledge of good and evil represents the ideal woman, perfected Eve. The Bible refers to Jesus using the metaphors of a vine, John 15:5, and a branch, Isaiah 11:1 and Jeremiah 23:5. Likewise, to give us a hint about the secret of the human fall, God provided the symbolism of two trees to represent perfected Adam and Eve. The identity of the serpent. In the Bible, we read that a serpent tempted Eve to commit sin, Genesis 3:4-5. The serpent described in the Bible was able to converse with people. It caused the fall of humans, who are spiritual beings. Furthermore, the serpent knew the will of God, which strictly forbade human beings to eat the fruit of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. As it is written, the great dragon was thrown down, that ancient serpent who is called the devil and Satan. He was thrown down to earth, Revelations 12:9. It lived in heaven before it was thrown down. Even now it can transcend time and space to dominate the human soul. This is compelling evidence that the being which the serpent symbolizes was a spiritual being. The spiritual being represented by the serpent was originally created with a good purpose, but later fell and became Satan. There are no beings endowed with such characteristics other than angels. Therefore, the serpent is an angel, 2 Peter 2-4. The fall of the angel and the fall of human beings. From Jude 6:7, we can infer that the angel fell as a result of an illicit sexual relationship. From Genesis 3:7, we can infer that Adam and Eve's sexual parts were the instruments of their sinful deed. And in John 8:44, Jesus said, "You are of the father, the devil." Hence, we can deduce that the illicit sexual relationship must have occurred between the angel and human beings. The fruit of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. The fruit signifies the love of Eve. Eve should have borne good children through her godly love. Instead, she bore evil children through her satanic love. Eve was created in an immature state. She was to reach full maturity only after going through a period of growth. Thus, it was possible for her to bear either good fruit or evil fruit through her love. Accordingly, Eve's eating of the fruit of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil denotes that she consummated a satanic love relationship with the angel, which bound her to blood ties to him. The root of sin. The root of sin is that the first human ancestors had an illicit sexual relationship with an angel, symbolized by a serpent. Thus they multiplied Satan's evil lineage.